Tonight, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers defense set to get going. Winners of 2 straight coming in. And one of their top defenders, certainly this man at corner in his 6th NFL campaign.
And he's been part of a strong unit to this point in this season. Ranked in the top 5 in the NFL. But I think to a man they've said, we haven't played our best game yet. So this is a unit that's really striving to get better each and every week.
Throwing right away is Winston. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Winston. Thomas has got it, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Now back to throw. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Young. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Panther touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're...
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They had the pick-6 just a moment ago, so they're feeling good as they prepare to try and make another stop. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 17 carries, 82 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
His first catch good for 8 and a 1st down. Kamara up the middle. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll set up to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Again, it's Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Winston. Off to Thomas on the left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now Winston. A throw over the middle taken in by Troutman. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. Their guys have the lead here in this first half. They'll try to further the cause on their end as this drive begins 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. A give. This is Kamara. And he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They've had the upper hand so far in this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this 1st down. Jameis now on 1st down. That's complete to Troutman, right side. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. To throw, Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short...
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They'll try to get the football right back to their offense, who just punted. A first down throw for Winston. Hauled in over the middle by Rager. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Play action now. Winston. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give them 32 on the play. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They've been the dominant side so far, working with a 2-score lead here in this 3rd quarter as this next drive gets underway. Winston now. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jameis to throw it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flush to his right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster. And we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. And after their guys were forced to punt a moment ago, they'll try to force one of their own here as this drive begins with a first down. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Winston. That'll be caught. Rager with it. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, Winston. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Winston. Got an open man. It's Olave. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Jameis again. And Thomas has it. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Five yards remain on second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. Now Winston. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Kamara will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. Throwing, Winston. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Carolina, their hopes of finishing above 500 stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.
Today, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception, but this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Tennessee Titans. The Panthers defense working on a 3-game winning streak as they start play. And this secondary is going to be tested here, so we'll keep our eye on this man at corner.
And he was a big part of that victory a week ago. He had a key forced fumble. And that's what these defensive coaches preach. We need takeaways. And they'll be looking for more of the same here.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 18 carries, 59 yards.
Brandon, we both know plenty about this game, but you don't have to be an expert to figure out that they're going to lean heavily on their ground game to try and win this week. He sits number 5 in the league so far in rushing, and when they've had success on that side of the ball, he's been at the center of it. If they want to win in this one, he's going to have to play like that and help drive them down the field.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Tannehill now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Phillips. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards. the draw, it's Gibson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once more, Gibson. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down forthcoming. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
The quick slant caught. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They trail 7-0 as this next drive begins with a 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On the move past the 40. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now it's Tannehill. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Williams. And it's a Titans touchdown. Max Williams His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Titans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. And they're down a couple of scores here early, so the focus...
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Off play action, Tannehill. This is caught. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback had. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill got a man over the middle. It's Williams.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Tannehill throwing again.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here.
Tannehill on 1st down.
Throw right side taken in by Gibson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the 41, Tannehill.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Saints who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Jameis Winston. Next, we'll stay in the NFC South as we head to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Kendrick Bourne up over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that one all even as they play the visiting Cleveland Browns. In our game has been Ryan Tannehill, who's had the hot hand in the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. And they have not been at their best so far. They're down big here, third quarter, as they try to rebound and get some stops.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Tannehill.
He gets this one to Burks.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 catches in the 1st half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
A give running right, Gibson. Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it.
And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They've been hastily brought back out following the fumble a moment ago, and now they have to defend a short field as well as this drive starts 1st and 10. A give to Gibson running right.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kenny Young. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. To throw is Tannehill.
Pass complete. He's got Woods streaking across the field. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now Tannehill.
Open man downfield is Woods.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill.
And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. And they're getting into must-stop territory. Down a couple of scores here in the 4th as this next drive gets underway.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Gibson again. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
And, partner, it took him a while to get there, but that's the first trip he's made to the end zone in his career. So at least for this one play, the move to a new organization pays off.
And it might not have been the first thought in his head, but you and I both know that family members, loved ones, they're thinking right now he's going to have to find a special place to keep that football in his home. That's one where you're going to want to show it off to the grandkids a few decades down the road.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They had the pick six a moment ago. What a play that was by their veteran corner. And now they're back out to defend once more. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And when do they start thinking?
About burning these timeouts. They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tannehill. He's got it to Williams. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
They'll go again with Gibson.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They've got a tall task here in the final minute.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st and he loses the football a second time. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Now Tannehill.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Tannehill to throw.
That is... Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. And this is a big spot for them. Obviously, it's high.
First throw in overtime for Tannehill. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
77 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On first down, right back to Gibson.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Here's a give to Gibson.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A handoff for Gibson.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Here's Tannehill.
Got his man. It's Williams. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for Tennessee,
they get an all-important 10th win to move them to 10-6 with 1 week to go.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans.